going on today.
Trying to be cool.
No, because
Wow.
I can't see sometimes. I can't see my face.
Oh.
I might see my face. See how pretty
Maybe
I
you
am.
should put it right ways then.
No, Mo. Listen, when Lindsay does come back, remember it's going to be the two of us against them. You don't want me to turn on you.
I mean, I have the power.
We need to stick together.
Okay, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I got the power of the mute button. It can be me against the world. But that's fine. It's fine. Thank you for checking out Table Talk. We are at a new spot online. Every one of the socials that we had have been moved over to @Table Talk 3D. So make sure to give us that like, follow, subscribe if you haven't already done so at Table Talk 3D. I am Mo. This is Taylor Dudley.
Sure. No,
Yeah,
that works.
Taylor Dudley. Jesus.
Once again joining us, much to your husband's chagrin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
Well,
you
all
love
right,
it.
I like it. You keep him on his toes. He's got to watch what he says. It's a good thing.
It works
Which ain't
out.
good. Which ain't
It is.
good at all.
It is a good thing. Our WWE Hall of Famer, Devon, how are you, sir?
I'm doing well. Not bad at all. We got a new arrival to the family.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, we got a new doggy.
Mm-hmm.
Sterling.
Okay, Sterling is her name, but we might change that.
Well, that was from the people that it was the breeder that we got her from, because it's a girl dog. That's what they called her. So Taylor, of course, wants to change the name, and I do too. I said Bella. I said Daisy.
No.
Those are both boring names.
Okay, and I said Lucy.
No.
But I know why she said no to Lucy.
Okay, no, you can't leave us hanging like that. You got to explain why no to Lucy.
It was somebody that we don't like.
That's fair.
Fair enough. We call it, so when we want to talk about that person, if we do, we say Lucy. So that name has been anonymous with that person.
Gotcha. Okay.
But I figured, what the heck? It's a dog, right? So call Lucy.
No. I like the name Harley.
Correct.
But Javon doesn't
Mo,
like that.
Let me ask you a question. And the listeners,
Let's take a poll.
The listeners out there, I think Harley is a boy's name.
Carly or Harley?
Harley, like
Harley Quinn.
Like handsome Harley Race.
Harley Quinn is
or
a female.
Harley Race.
Or Harley Race, handsome Harley Race.
Harley Davidson.
Which was one of the all-time greats in pro wrestling.
Harley could be both. I see both of your arguments on this one, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see her argument.
Yeah, I do.
No. And I hope the women that are listening to the show or watching the show don't sit there and agree with her, because she's wrong.
Wow.
It's a boy's name.
Wow.
I mean, you do know of like the
Unisex.
Joker's ex-girlfriend, Harley Quinn, right? That is a female named Harley.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that was Hollywood. Hollywood gave her that name. And anything Hollywood want to do, they can make it into a boy name or whatever, or a girl name. They'll do it.
Harley Quinn actually debuted in Batman the Animated Series, a cartoon in the 90s, then became really huge in the comic book. So it really had nothing to do with Hollywood.
Okay, I feel like Mo's sticking up for me on this one.
well, here we go. So we got Anastasia saying Harley's a perfect name. However, we have AWOL saying it's a boy's name.
Thank you. Yes, that's the
All right.
Okay. Whoa.
Tiebreaker. I'm sorry we don't have the huge introduction for you, but I feel like we need you, Big Con, to help us out.
Don't disappoint me, brother.
Wow.
Oh, that would be the first time now, would it?
What do you think, Harley? Boy's name, girl's name?
It's a cute girl's name, Harley. I got to admit, but it's definitely, hands down. When I hear Harley, I think of Harley Race. Like, it's just
exactly Harley Race.
But no matter what, girl or boy, it's tough. I mean, it just sounds tough.
So I feel like he's a little both.
Listen, I'm not gonna argue with this, because in the end I'm gonna lose anyway. So
yes.
I'm not. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not adding fuel to the fire.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna accept it and bow out gracefully.
And at this point, Taylor, I mean, if you go with the name Harley, all the argument and the ill feelings that come with it. So this is not a good name at this point.
Yep. We are not naming her Daisy. Tell you that.
Daisy Duke. Put some Daisy Dukes on her. I love it.
You would say that.
Come on.
I would say it. I think she look hot in some Daisy Dukes. I'm telling you right now.
Wow.
I'd have all the dogs lined up on my street waiting for her.
Wow.
I got issues, you know that.
Obviously.
Yeah.
All right.
thought we
Well,
did
Con,
that
we
off
understand if you want to dip out now. We absolutely understand if it's time to go after that comment. No, thank you so much. Of course, you know him from the Ascension. Konnor, one half of the Ascension. If you watch Impact, you know him as Big Con. And then there was Devon who was calling you Ryan the whole time. Like, who is this guy? Big Con, how are you today, sir?
I'm doing great.
I still call you Konnor, so
I like when you call me Ryan. You know that.
I know.
You know, it's personal. It's like we have a personal relationship. So anytime I hear something like that, I always like. It adds a lot of value to it. Anybody can call me Konnor or Big Con.
Listen, I think there's a reason why you and I have a personal relationship. I remember a certain match that we had on SmackDown, which was our second. Which is our second one. Our second one. I'm gonna tell a story.
No, come on. They don't want to hear that.
And I think I gave Ryan the shoulder tackle, boom, and I always go for the cover after the shoulder tackle. And it was like the referee goes down and 1, 2. I'm like, what the hell? And kick out. I was like, what the hell? He stuck his finger in my butt.
Wait, what? What?
Testify.
I wasn't expecting that one.
I was, you know, here it is. I hooked the leg and I'm covering him, and all of a sudden I'm like, "Ooh, wait a minute, I ain't home. What's going on here?"
Well, you didn't kick out either. I remember that.
Yeah, well, I wasn't going to. I mean, you know, hey, I'll put it to you that way. You know, ever since then I fell in love with the man.
Wow. What a shame.
And the sad thing, I don't even remember why the hell I did that. I was just like, oh my God, Devon's covering me. Why the hell not?
That's the second time that's ever happened to me in a match. The first time it ever happened to me, it was Bubba and I, and The Rock versus Triple H, Road Dogg, and X-Pac. And we're in the ring, and next thing you know, they got me down. The heat is on me. They're getting on me. Road Dogg and X-Pac tags Hunter in. Hunter comes in. Both Road Dogg and X-Pac hold my arms around the post. And all of a sudden, Hunter goes, "Welcome to the business, kid." Bam! Right in, I went, whoa, and jumped. I mean, this was right in the middle of Madison Square Garden. Sold out house. 15 or 18,000 plus screaming fans. Meanwhile, I'm screaming along with them because I had Hunter's thumb up my ass. So I always, every time I see Hunter, I always remind him of it. Road Dogg always, every time I see Road Dogg, he always reminds me of it.
Shame.
It's a crew business.
What's going through your mind right now as the wife?
I'm just listening. I'm just listening along, and I'm thinking to myself, like, why he acting like he didn't like it a little bit, you know?
Okay, well, here's the deal. Madison Square Garden, hometown fans, you know. It wasn't my idea of showing the fans at that point in time the other side of me. I figured I'd wait, you know, and Ryan Konnor did it at the perfect time. It was our second match back after putting the New Day through a table.
I had to make a statement somehow.
Yes.
You did.
But I will say this, you know, the first time I'd seen these guys, because at that point in time, I never really watched NXT, you know, because we were gone for 10 years. We were in Impact. So I really lost touch with WWE after being gone for so long. And then I saw an episode of Monday Night Raw where the NWO came out. And they were out there, you know, getting on the NWO, which was a great segment, by the way. I don't think I ever told you. It was a great segment.
Thank you.
And then Bradshaw comes from commentating because he's getting hot, takes off the shirt, and you can feel the buildup. And then all of a sudden, damn, here comes Ron Simmons. And I mean, the whole place exploded. I mean, I can only imagine the feeling that with the butterflies and the goosebumps that was coming up your arm, because it was so electrifying that night that even I felt it at home.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when you're in the ring with a bunch of legends like that, you know, first off, it's an honor to be in there. That's number one. Number two, that says a lot about how you or who you are as a talent for them to trust you to be in the ring with those men.
Mm-hmm.
So, and to be able to have a moment like that with them, it's something I'll always cherish.
And
It was goosebumps and nerves, and I was scared. And I remember, Kevin, telling me, hey, slow, talk slow, everything slow. He was even saying that in the ring with me when I was cutting the promo, but I ended up getting so amped up and hyped because I'm like, oh my God, I'm in the ring with all these men. Like, these guys are great. Like, how do I not get excited, So it was amazing.
Was it all? I believe it was also Road Dogg and Billy Gunn.
Mm-hmm.
And was it Animal as well?
No, it wasn't.
No, Animal wasn't there.
No, it was Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, yeah, it was APA, and of course, DX, and just to be in the ring with those guys, man. I mean, like, how many people can say they've done that?
Mm-hmm.
So I've always like some people I've heard, some of the fan bases were like, oh, they didn't like that, but I tell them no, because I loved it. It was one of the most it was one of the biggest things in my career, because that was Vince McMahon and all those guys saying, put those two in the ring with us. We trust them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the way I always look at it. I always look at it from a business perspective.
And, me sitting at home watching it, to me, I think the goosebumps came about because here it is. The new era has come in. And, you guys were literally starting that new generation where I thought you guys were doing excellent. And knowing that I was preparing to come back, I was excited about that. But at the same token, I was excited to see that the people still remembered yesterday, still remember the Attitude Era. Because you and I both know sometimes when you're gone from TV, out of sight, out of mind, fans, you won't get a pop. You won't get anything. And we've had some of the biggest stars come back to WWE, and fans are like, who is that? Who is that? But thank God for YouTube. Thank God for the social media, and thank God at that time for the WWE Network. You were able to go back and look at it.
But too, when I think about, you guys, like, you guys are two of the most highly decorated tag teams. And when I think about, any wrestling fan that truly loves this business, they're going to know who you are, and they're going to know what you've done. And, you guys went down in history. There's a reason why you're in the Hall of Fame. So there was never a question in my mind, even if we were to see you guys, 20 years from now get into the ring, like, it's gonna be a big pop. People are gonna love it. People want to play along with it. You play along with the people, and to me, that's something that you let them in. And I think that's one of the coolest things that I always loved about you two, is that you guys always interacted with the fans, and the fans knew that, and that's what they loved so much about you. And I always loved being in the ring and having those moments with you guys.
Right.
I want the like that. I always I want that. That's me. I'm taking that every night if I can.
And one of the things I loved about it was, again, coming back, and I think I understood what Ric Flair meant back when he came back to WWE back in the Ruthless Aggression era, where he felt that when he was in the ring, he thought he might have lost it. He thought he might have lost it, and he needed to be able to have that confidence back in him. And, and no matter what, certain people would tell him, Rick, you still got it. Don't worry about this. Go in there and do it. It still didn't register to Rick, and he was still losing confidence in himself at one point. And then, a couple of matches in, he was tearing it up like Ric Flair do. And I think the confidence started to come back with him. And I think that was one of the things I felt coming back for the second run, because I'm older now. I'm in my 40s, and you guys are in your 20s and your 30s. And it's like, man, you guys are just starting to, touch the tip of the iceberg here. And meanwhile, we're battling injuries. We're slowing down. We're not as fast as we used to be, and we can't take the stuff that used to help us generate, faster anymore. So it was one of those things where I kind of lost it in me, not knowing if I was able to take over where we left off. And you guys definitely helped. You and your partner helped tremendously. The New Day and definitely the Usos. Being in the ring with you guys, it was truly an honor And as much as if it was an honor for you to say that to us, I'm saying it to you. The new generation really built that confidence back in me, where I was able to fly off that rope and go, "What's up?" Hit the 3D. It was great, man. Yeah, and the finger in the ass. Boom.
That certainly helps Devon's confidence. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
That's not what I expected to learn today from this show, but
Me
you know, gotta keep it easy going. But well, speaking of confidence and whatnot, and momentum and all of that, obviously in NXT, the Ascension was amazing, and then you get called up to the main roster. Commentary not very kind to you on that first match. What does that do to your confidence?
It never bothered me. I never, I even recall a moment where Bradshaw came up and was just kind of explaining things to us why he was doing it. And I was just like, oh, I appreciate it. Thank you. But that was something that never really, as far as confidence goes, like I never second guessed myself. Vic never second guessed himself. It just was one of those things that we knew that we could adjust in any way that we needed to. And Devon's seen it, where, we'll be in Gorilla and, originally we've had 12 minutes and then next thing you know, hey, can you guys get it done in 6 because we lost time? And it's like easy peasy. Like there was never no nerves. We never lost self-confidence. We always knew we could go. And that was the best thing about it.
Yep. And, me and Bubba have said that so many times where before you get in Gorilla, before the day starts, you find out you have 15 minutes, sometimes 12 minutes. And then all of a sudden, because somebody went over in their time before you, and whether it be one match or 2 matches or 3 matches, by the time you get up there, listen, I know we gave you 12, but like he said, can you do it in 6? And it's like, oh my God. Now you have a 3-minute break because we're in commercial break now. We have a 3-minute break. Now you have to start cutting things out and you have to make it make sense. What you're going to do, how you're going to do this, what you're going to do. I mean, it's nerve wracking. But I remember back in the Attitude Era with Edge and Christian and the Hardys, we were able to do that. There were a lot of times where we had, every entrance, the Hardys, the Dudleys, Edge and Christian, and sometimes Too Cool or APA. So you had 4 entrances, and now you go from 15 minutes, now you're down to 5 minutes. It's like, how the hell can you do something in 5 minutes? It's like, and plus you got entrances, so each entrance is like 1 minute. So you're telling everybody, dude, get down to the ring as fast as you can. Now, not only do you have to get to the ring fast as you can, but you have to do it to where the fans don't realize what you're doing. You have to make it look like it's your natural entrance. How do you do that? The people don't understand the pressure that we're under right before we go out, and it's very nerve-wracking. That's what makes you a professional, when you can do that and still make it look good.
Amen.
All right, so when from the outsiders, question here, just as a viewer, when your time is cut, 12 minutes down to 6, is that on the performers to adjust on the fly? Are you working with the producer at the time? Like, what's that process?
I think it's a bit of both, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like, what do we cut out? What do we need? How do we still keep the story going? And just, cutting some of the crap out that we need to get rid of. Because, some of the stuff that you would put in, it would be just like the showcase stuff, but it's not necessary to keep it there if you've got a story or somewhere you're going with that. It's like, oh, we can get rid of this, that, or this. Or maybe we don't need to have
thumbs up the butt
up in the front. We just, Oh, I just want to make sure I can find a place that,
priorities.
Well, hold on.
Like, what in God's hell is going on?
and when I went back and watched the match after, and I'm just like, he did it so cool. Like, you couldn't even tell it was going on, but I knew it was going on. I kind of jumped a little bit.
Just because you were surprised doesn't mean that you didn't like it.
I just said, hey, wait a minute. I never said I didn't. I told him, I said, hey, good. We went to the back. I said, good job.
You special.
Nice and awkward. All right. Thank you, Devon, for bringing down the level of the show. No, I kid. But obviously, you're doing the Impact thing now. How's life different now in Impact compared to WWE?
Well, so Impact, we don't know if it's a one-off or what was going on, but it was one of those deals where Tommy Dreamer gave me a phone call, said, "Hey, man, we're in town. We want to, give you an opportunity. I want to, bring you in, let you get some TV time." And I was like, "Cool, like, yeah, absolutely." I asked Tommy if I was like, "Do you think it's worth it?" And he's like, "I'd like to get eyes in front of, Scott D'Amore and stuff." And so first off, I love Tommy, and I think very highly of Tommy because Tommy was one of the original guys that found me before I was even hired by WWE. He was actually in the talent relations department. So I've always trusted him. He's just he's one of the good ones. So Tommy invited me down. I met Scott D'Amore. They gave me, I think it was like 13 to 15 minutes with Eddie Edwards. We did a great job. And then the next night, it was just a quick in and out, but you never know what's going to happen. There was nothing signed or anything that was done there. It was just good business. So we'll see what happens. You never know. Scott D'Amore's exact words, "You never know." So I don't know,
There's definitely a lot of options right now. I mean, like, if you're competing for that spotlight, you have a lot of options between Impact, WWE, AEW, New Japan. I mean, like, the list goes on and on. What is the goal? What does Big Con want to achieve still?
Well, eventually one day I do want to be in a suit and tie somewhere. I want to be able to become a producer or an agent and help out, with, the athletes / professional wrestlers' careers. That's what I really would love to do. But, I've never wrestled in Japan. I would love to go there, never been there, never put my foot on that soil. So that would be a highlight. I always said that if I ever went to Japan and I got there, I'd probably end up resting my boots there if that ever happened. But I really love Impact's locker room. That's another thing. The guys there, the talent is tremendous. And even NWA, I mean, it's like looking at the NWA roster. It reminds me so much of Deep South back in the day when I first originally got hired back in 2005 with World Wrestling Entertainment. I mean, almost that whole roster of all the big guys, they're all there, So to me, that place looks like home too. But, I kind of want to take things as they come. I don't want to like throw all my eggs in one basket and be like, this is where I have to go and this is what I have to do. I just kind of want to enjoy this part of the journey because the first 13 years, it was always go, 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 hustle, hustle, hustle. And it was great. But now I want to sit back a little bit and breathe in some air, watch my son grow up a little bit, and be present with my family too.
Now, Konnor, let me ask you a question. Do you find it difficult? Because now, like you said, you're in a lot of places right now. Do you find it difficult leaving home, going on the road and things like that? Because it's like I felt it was hard for me to leave the kids and stuff like that. But is it hard for you to leave?
It is. It really. It's like you always hear the say you can never put a price on your bedroom, or on your bed. And even when I go out to do some of these local shows, if I'm gone 24 hours, I'm like, damn, that could be a little too much for me. Just because so much is where I'm at in my life right now with my son, getting ready to start school for the first time. My wife and I, trying to make our relationship stronger. So there's just other things that, I mean, I love wrestling, but family is to me now that I've realized, especially through this pandemic, it's so much more important to me. And it's just something that and as it's easy to, when you stay busy on a schedule, it's easy to, if problems were ever to evolve, just to sweep it under the rug because, you're always focused on one thing or you miss stuff. And Devin, I'm sure that because, you've got, quite a litter. So I would imagine like you can totally agree with me on that. Like, especially being a great father like yourself.
Yeah. I mean, it was, it's very difficult because of the fact that, when they're young, there's so many, times where you miss, certain things, and then all
Yeah.
of a sudden, like say if they were at this amusement park, or they were at a fair, they were riding the
Yeah.
horses or the ponies or something, and then all of a sudden you don't get to see that.
Yeah.
Now it's like you get to see a video, you get to hear your wife or someone else in the family talk about it. It's not like being there. It's totally different. So it was very, very hard for me. Now, once they got older, believe it or not, it was a little easier, but it
Yeah.
was still a little harder because as the boys got older, they got more involved in sports. So therefore, now you're missing the basketball games, you're missing the football games. But I will say, with my boys, I never really missed a lot of it because I was home. It was weird. Even though we were on the road so much during the Attitude Era, I was still able to see a lot of their games. It was like some of it happened during the weekend, which we somewhat had off. So we
Right.
were able to do it. So I was able to watch a lot of their games, and with TNA, I was able to see just about every wrestling meet there was for them.
Oh, wow.
I saw just about every single one of them. TNA schedule was so flexible, so I was able to do that as opposed to WWE schedule at the time. So
I think Taylor just it doesn't like your answers, Devon. So
I'll hear about it tonight. I'll hear about
I
it
need
tonight.
him to get back on the road full time. No. No, you've been. That is one thing, Konnor, that he has been talking about a lot throughout the course of the pandemic and everything. Of course, Devon's had some speed bumps here in the last couple of years, but he's really appreciated the time at home. So,
Absolutely.
yeah,
We all have that. We've
Yeah.
all had speed bumps. We've all had to face our demons through this, or problems that we've needed to, just focus on because we were forced to do it. Everything shut down.
Everything shut down.
know?
Exactly.
Everybody's like, "Yay, I'm home. This is great," but eventually you got to face that stuff.
Yep. And
So-
I mean, it was unfortunate. I had my stroke in 2019, and then WWE gave me the time off to get better, which was great.
Awesome.
But then I also, had the back surgery, and again, WWE was very gracious enough to give me the time off to heal and things like that. And I'm happy to be able to say that I'll be going back June 15th, back to work again.
That's
And
awesome.
I'm just happy that I was able to, even during the recuperating time with the stroke and the back surgery, that I was able to be with the kids and be with the wife and really be home. So it was good in that aspect. It really was. It was, you look at it as, oh my God, it's like, a stroke, ugh, back surgery, ugh. But yet I looked at, yeah, ugh. But then I looked at it at the same token as being, I'm home with the family. I'm able to see a lot of things, and the kids got used to me being home.
Yeah, they did.
That's a good thing. Now, a lot of people throughout the course of the pandemic had to pick up a new hobby or watch some new shows or something. What about you, Konnor?
I just, what I did is thanks to my wife, I did a lot of soul searching for myself, I guess you could say. There was a point, I think, during my life where, and I don't even think Devon really knows about this, was that I used to drink a lot, and I used to like to let myself go. And sometimes I didn't know how to say no. So what I ended up doing was I realized that I might have had an issue. So what I ended up doing was I took a year of sobriety, and I said, I have to prove to myself that, I'm not an alcoholic. And so for a whole year, I never touched a drink in my life. In that year. And I was like, okay, but because I did it to myself. I need to fix this myself. And that was my mentality, and I did it. And I was just like, that was one of my biggest things I did over the course of that first year off, and then of course I learned how to get into, I learned about investing, stocks and things like that. So, which that was great until you lose money. But yeah, and just being with my family, that it was great. It was a lot of soul searching for me. I know some people things probably went a little bit smoother for them. But for me, it was a little rough at first. But still working on some stuff, but it's been great. It really has. And I've been so blessed. Very lucky, very fortunate to have the career I've had with World Wrestling Entertainment. I just spoke with Johnny Ace a couple days ago, touched base with him, so yeah, it's really cool to see what this pandemic's done to people, for the most part. Seems like everybody's getting locked up too.
Congratulations on the sobriety, though.
Too, right?
Yes.
Yes, and I did not know you were going through those demons. I had no clue.
Yeah. Yeah. I was fighting. I started drinking in 11th grade, and so that's really terrible to talk about it. But I think sometimes it needs to be known. And I drank quite a bit, and I just was like, "Damn it, enough's enough." And even my wife said something to me, and she was like, "You're an alcoholic," and I was like, "No, am I?" And then once I questioned it, that's the moment I questioned that, I said, "You son of a bitch, you just might be an alcoholic. So now you got to prove it. Now you've got to make sure that you're not, and you've got to fight these demons." And it was hard, but it was done, and it was attainable.
Congratulations.
Done. Thank you.
Mo, and I'm gonna cut it off, but
No.
there was a point where I thought that I had met Konnor for the first time when Bubba and I came back to WWE, and apparently that wasn't the first time I had met him.
What?
Yeah, and
okay.
Do we have it? Do we have the picture I sent you?
You sent me a picture?
Yes.
No, I don't remember you sending me that picture. Or it just never arrived, man.
Really? It never came in?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I'm gonna keep looking just in case, but
and I don't have it on this phone. I have it on my other phone. Jeez.
That's okay.
Well, what happened was
you told me about it. You said you were going to, but then you never did. Right.
No, it went through. I just saw it on the phone. It probably didn't go through. Damn it, that phone. AT&T, boy, I tell you.
Don't get hot.
I'm getting...
Just cancel the show. We're just done now. It's
well, I didn't know this, but during the Attitude Era, he came to a wrestling show and took a picture with me. Now, here's the ironic part about it. I was still in gear. I was still in my overalls. The same color overalls wasn't the same overalls because I had to, get a little bigger size.
Okay, bigger.
I get a little bigger size, but the same color overalls that I wore that night, I happened to wear the night we wrestled for the first time ever on SmackDown. Didn't even know it until after the show. He came to me and showed me that picture that we took together, and sure enough, I had the same color overalls, and I wore that night. I thought it was just ironic how that happened. It was like fate. I was like, we were bound to meet each other. We were bound to be in the ring with each other, my brother. We were bound to be with each other.
It was. You know what year that was, right? You remember the year?
I think it was it 2003?
Nah.
2002.
Nah.
It couldn't have been 2001.
Nah.
2000?
I think it was 2000. I'm pretty sure it was 2000 because I had to have a backstage pass thing because I snuck back there with Warlord. Warlord was backstage, and he got me back there. And Warlord's like, "Here, wear this," and then he put it right here on my chest, and I was walking around like, "Hey, can I take a picture?" I only took a picture with 2 people that day. You know what I mean? And it was with you. I'm in Crash.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
God rest his soul. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crash, another one of the great ones that we lost way too early.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was mind-boggling because I remember looking at the picture and I was like, wow. And then I was like, I just couldn't believe it. I was like, wow. So we actually met each other, and he was still a big son of a bitch back then. So, and that's before he got into business. I remember having to stand on my toes to actually stay on the picture with him.
I cherish that photo.
Yeah.
The best part about that is like, you meet guys, and they turn out to be assholes. Excuse my French, you know what I mean? But
right.
I can honestly say Devon was to take that photo with him, and then X amount of years later to, I don't want to say the number, but you go, 20 years later, and it's just so cool to have those moments with you and to be a kid who was in his first year of training, to get backstage, to meet you and to be in the ring with you one day, and you to be such a great human being makes it even that much better to me. So it's a photo I've always cherished. I will always cherish it. And I'm actually going to have that blown up and put into my school.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you very much. I mean, in my opinion, here's what I like to say, because I've heard horror stories about people meeting somebody that they watched growing up.
Don't meet your idols.
Right. Don't meet your idols because you'll be disappointed. And my thing was this. I've heard stories, of course, wrestling-wise, how people say, oh, this guy was an a-hole, he was an asshole, he was this and he was that, and blah, blah, blah. Yes, we might have bad days and we might have things that people don't understand, but at the same token, doesn't mean you have to be utterly rude to people. And there's a lot of people that don't have bad days. They're just assholes, So my thing is this. You wanted all your life to be a superstar in the world of pro wrestling. You idolized the guys and you wanted to one day be just like them, So for a man or a woman to get the opportunity that God gives them the opportunity to actually be, somebody in the business that they grew up watching, to be somebody. And now all of a sudden, a fan asks you for a picture, a fan asks you for an autograph, and you want to be a jerk about it. I'm like, wait a minute. You would have killed when you first started for people to recognize you and to take pictures with you. Now, all of a sudden, you want to be a jerk about it because you feel like you're on that level. Thank God that I didn't act like an idiot back then. I never did with my fans. I was always good with them, and I never, ever had a chance. The only time I ever act like an idiot was when they said something they shouldn't have said. Because you get those type of fans that think I'm going to be cool and I'm going to ask this question or I'm going to say this and blah, 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 knowing that it's disrespectful or it might piss the person off. And then when you react that way, now you're the jerk. Now you're the dick. No, you're the asshole. So that's the way I look at it. So thank you very much, Konnor, for those encouraging words. And, again, I was so glad to not only share a locker room with you, but to share a ring with you. It was utterly my pleasure, my man. Thank you.
Well, coming from you, that means a lot. Seriously.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You remember the time when you gave me the diving headbutt off the top and I moved my my flag? Just yeah.
Listen,
times.
We had some good times. Listen, I'm going to tell you this. A lot of times when I would do that diving headbutt, to try to protect the guy and not really hit him in the balls, I would have to hit him in the ass. He had one of the hardest asses. I think it almost knocked me out.
What is it with you and asses?
Listen,
What is it?
Coming off the top rope, and trying to protect myself and bang, knocking myself out. So, thank you for that too.
Yeah, whatever.
And listen, Taylor, you got to be in the ring to understand that, okay?
Oh, do I?
You got to be in the ring to understand that. It's a wrestler's thing.
Oh, I bet.
It's a wrestler's thing.
I bet.
You're full of shit.
Hey, Taylor, do you still wanna be a host on the show or no?
I mean,
Oh, I'm
you're supposed
sorry.
to watch what you say, Devon.
Listen, you're stuck with me till death do us part.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
Don't-
If we
don't
get
li-
another guest that tells me about your booty stuff, if I find out there was more booty hole poking or something that you didn't, because I didn't know about this story.
I didn't bring, in all fairness, I didn't talk about it.
I bet you didn't.
Konnor did try to avoid it. That's true. So, can't blame him on that one.
There's a lot of things that go on in that ring that people don't see or get. It's funny. And the great thing about it is we hide it very well. So it's great. We hide it very well. Whether we're sitting up there talking, Stone Cold Steve Austin and D'Lo Brown did a commercial for 1-800-COLLECT back in the day. I don't know if you remember this. And they were in the ring wrestling. And Steve put D'Lo in a headlock. And D'Lo said, "Are you still mad at me?" And Steve goes, "Well, yeah, you didn't call me. You didn't call me like you should." And he was like, "You should have called me 1-800-COLLECT." That was just the story of the commercial. And I just remember seeing that commercial and being in the business, and I went, if the fans only knew that's really some of the stuff we say when we're in holes like that. We say stuff like that. It's either that or, hey, brother, what bar you going to tonight? Where you staying at? What you doing? Where we're partying? Or it's anything like that. I mean, we actually really do that. And people say, oh, you guys supposed to hate each other. Listen, we hate each other if we don't agree on where we're going to hang out.
Or if we don't agree with the spots that we're talking about.
Oh yeah, well yeah, that can happen too. Let me tell you, that can happen too.
Oh, many times you and I went to catering.
Yes. Oh God, catering was a great place, man. Oh God, it was so good, so good.
Taylor, how does it make you feel that he can't remember your birthday, but he can remember all of the script of a 1-800-COLLECT commercial from decades ago?
See, Mo, you just stirring the pot.
That's what I do.
Stirring the pot.
That's what that's the point.
Okay.
Oh, trust me, he can remember stories about everybody else. He can recite literally the entire conversation that happened on this road trip going to Alabama with this person, but he can't even remember simple things.
Yeah, like taking the dog out, changing the diapers, going to the store and picking up the milk. After coming home, I don't remember the stuff like that because it's I have selective hearing.
Yeah, definitely has that.
Selective memory.
Mm-hmm.
That's all right.
All of us men do that, so don't think it's just me. We all do it, and if they tell you they don't, they're lying.
I'm being told not to refer to the 90s as decades ago.
Oh God, I wish it wasn't. God, I miss the 90s so much. I miss the early millennium a lot because
what was it like? I'm curious. I missed it.
Well,
life when it was in black and white. Yeah, Devon, tell us about it.
I don't like either one of you right now. And stupid me almost was like, "Wow, let me explain this." So the 90s was, and I'm like, "Wait a minute." He was around then. He took the picture with me in 2000. You told on yourself. That's great.
Yeah, but I noticed the time. We've definitely taken a lot of your time this evening, so we should probably let you go. But if people want to follow you online, where can they do so?
Absolutely. You can go to Instagram or you can go to Twitter. It's big_con1. And just look for notifications. And yeah, it's really not hard to find me. Just DM me if you need any. I'm taking bookings here and there. Also, I would like to take the time too to plug my wrestling school if that's at all possible.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm making sure, Devon, that it's okay with you. Just want to make
competition.
Sure. But yeah, I'm going to use the word we. We have a school called it's at the_wrestling_lab, where it is ran by Jay Lethal, myself, David Mercury, Matt Seidel, and Sumi Sakai.
Sumi, yes.
So it's a good group of people. So if anybody's in the Tampa area, by all means, reach out.
All right, Big Con, do me a favor. Please give Sumi my best. She was one of the young ladies that helped me and Bubba in Japan to get around. Oh yeah, she actually told us where to go, where not to go, and thank God she did because we didn't know the suits were in there at the time, and you don't want to go in there if the suits are in there. Oh okay. God, you don't want to go in there. So it was the Yakuza. It was she was very instrumental in helping us a lot. And we got a lot of sponsors. That's one of the things when you go to Japan, you want to get sponsors. They pay for everything.
Really?
Oh, man, everything.
Talk about that one day.
Absolutely. You ever need it, you let me know, my friend.
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right.
Thank you so much for being on the show, my man.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm glad to see you're healthy, and I can't wait till you get your ass back there.
Thank you. I'll be back real soon.
I can't wait. All right, guys. Take care.
Bye.
Thank you, boss.
Take care.
Appreciate you, man.
Bye.
All right.
Oh, man. It's great, man. It's great seeing guys that, because you always, when you hear somebody got released or they left, you always want them to do well. Mm-hmm. And I'm so happy that some of the guys who were released um, had the opportunity to make a living elsewhere. Because when me and Bubba first came in, not first, but the second run, there was only Impact and WWE. That was it. And then it was very hard, like Konnor, it was very hard to get to Japan. You had to know certain people in order to be able to go over there. And so I'm just so glad, you have WWE, you have AEW, you have NWA, you have Ring of Honor, who's now back, and you have NWA. So I'm glad that there's other organizations for people to go to. And it makes it feel like back in the 80s when you left with the territories. You left one territory, you went to another. If you got burnt out in WWE, you went down to say AWA, or you went down to Georgia Championship Wrestling, or you went to Florida, and you spent some time there. And then next thing you know, a year later, after doing all those territories, now you come back to the WWE, and it's like you're fresh and you're new again. So it seems like that's the route we're going, and I think it's great. I think competition is great. I think we need it. And I think that, again, it gives the guys a lot of places to go and work and make money and a living for their family.
Absolutely. And I love seeing him get back on TV, one-off with Impact or not. You weren't overly familiar with NXT, especially at that time. The Ascension were meant to be. They were like the Legion of Doom. They were the Road Warriors. They were Demolition. I'm like, these guys killed the competition and then started off on the wrong foot, not even their own doing. I love hearing that he was able to keep his chin up, that he and Victor still just showed up to work. They were professional when really they were never given a fair shake as the Ascension on Raw or SmackDown.
Well, one of the things I like to say is Triple H knew what he was doing, and I'm not to say that, other people in the organization didn't know, but what he did for NXT was truly amazing. So at the Hall of Fame this year, when Triple H came out to sit down and the fans were saying, "Thank you, Hunter," I thought it was great. And it gave, and I kind of, got goosebumps because I think Hunter, when Bubba and I, were no longer going to be with WWE, Hunter gave me the opportunity to be a producer backstage. Listen, I could have left and went elsewhere. Me and Bubba could have still probably been together, maybe went to ROH and wrestled there, but I didn't want to wrestle anywhere else but WWE. But still, Hunter knew that, and Hunter came to me right before me and Bubba went out and said, "Listen, I have an opportunity for you to be a producer." And at first, I didn't want to do it because I wanted to wrestle, And he says, "Well, we have this opportunity, D, and what would you like to do?" I said, "Well, I have no other choice. I don't want to go to Japan because I had some things going on in my personal life at that time that needed to be taken care of here in the States, so I couldn't possibly leave." So I said, "I'll take it." He says, "Great." He goes, "I think you do a great job." And I said, "Thank you, Hunter." I said, "Thank you so much for the opportunity, because if it wasn't for Hunter, I would not have been a producer." And again, that night, right before we went out, I got pulled aside by Hunter and told that. So that made me feel even better when I went out there and cut that promo. And I never told anybody about that. Nobody knew.
That's awesome.
Nobody knew. So, and again, Hunter, I know you're retired and everything. You put the boots in the ring at WrestleMania. But I truly want to say thank you for the opportunity, not only of giving me a producer, but laying down for me as Reverend Devon. He actually laid down for me, and I actually got a win over Triple H. And, again, that the gimmick that might not have gone the way I wanted it to, but Hunter saw that, it was enough for him to lay down for me and do what he did. And he actually did help me. Hunter gave me so much good advice that I carried with me over the years. And, even when I had my stroke and Stephanie called me, I told Stephanie, I said, there's a lot of people back then, and this was back then when I was doing everything. I said, I only trust two people, and that was you and Hunter. I said, that was the only people I trust was you and Hunter. And she said, thank you, Devon. Because those two really had my back then. And those were the only two that I knew for certain that if they told me something, it was going to happen.
That's awesome. That's a great story there. You could get Triple H on this show, right?
I would love to. I don't think I have that much pull, even though I work for the company. I don't know if I have that pull, but I can try. I can ask them.
Always worth asking about, right?
Right. Well, hold on. Let me do this. I did say I was going to do this. So, Table Talk. Tonight's Table Talk on 420, by the way, is brought to you by Burger King. Have it your way. There you
Wow.
go.
This is not a paid sponsorship.
You a lie. I'm trying to get people.
And you're right. I was about to bring that up. I was about to transition into that. Viewer 420 Express wishing us a happy 420. Have you indulged? I know Devon likes to indulge. Taylor, do you indulge in that too?
Nope.
No more.
Sure don't.
No more.
I'm
Nope.
a golden peach. No.
Oh, you a lie. You a lie. You a lie. No, I'm the only one. I love it. Listen, after I had my stroke, it basically helped me to relax my body, get rid of the stress and everything. So I went and got my marijuana card. Mm-hmm. And the doctor thought it was a great idea because I didn't want to take the drugs. I didn't want to take. I didn't want to take those. I mean, even though marijuana is considered a drug, but I didn't want to take the pills and stuff like that, and like people get addicted to. I didn't want to do it, so I basically started smoking marijuana. I mean, the doctor gave me clearance. The doctor said, yes, we recommend that you do that to help you out if you don't want to go that route. And I did it. I went and got my marijuana card, and the rest is history. Now, and I've expressed this many times on the show, I love my edibles. I love them, love them, love them. And the best are the Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Ooh, God,
my gosh.
So good. So good. Oh, God, I feel good.
I did consider taking an edible before the show, and so it would kick in like during. But then I was also really hungry, so I decided for food. So.
Yeah.
I remember, what was it? 2 years ago? I think I just started experimenting, and I took a gummy before the show. And I was just like, and you and Lindsay called me out on it.
Oh my God! Like you were one step away from drooling, man. Your eyes glossed over. You were in Dudleyville that day.
Yes, I was. I think I saw Big Daddy Dudley that day.
Wow.
I think so. So Taylor, what is your vice then?
I don't have one.
Couponing?
I like couponing. Oh, listen,
Extreme
we can have a whole
couponing?
segment. We could have a whole segment about couponing. Yes.
Please don't embarrass the family.
No, I do think you'd be knowing you. I mean, we visited last year in the summer briefly. I'm hoping to get back there again sometime this year. But
yes.
I would like to assume that you would do pretty well on Supermarket Sweep.
Oh yeah, I could. I mean, listen, I've seen some of the Devon hasn't seen what's on TV, how these people go and they'll grocery shop or whatever for like $400 or $500. After all their coupons, they walk out of the store paying $7.99 for everything. I don't get that extreme. I can coupon my butt off and get stuff for free or whatever, but I'm not that extreme. I haven't hit that part yet.
Mo, I don't mind the couponing. I really don't. What I mind is my garage looking like a hurricane hit it because all the stuff that she got couponing is just sitting right in my garage. I'm used to a garage that is clean, space, and you can actually park a car in there. Not hold freaking Walmart bags, bag after bag after bag, and Dollar General and all of that in my garage.
I haven't seen it in just about a year, so I can't comment on now. But when I was there last year, Taylor, I give you credit. It did seem pretty well organized.
Yeah, it's organized. He just doesn't
hold on. I'm going to take a picture tonight, and I'm going to put it on the show, and I want you to tell me from when you were here, Mo, how that looked then compared to the picture I'm going to show you. Listen, when we come home, especially in the middle of the day, and we open up the garage to go in, as opposed to going through the front door, I'm yelling, screaming, hurry up, get in the house right now, because I don't want nobody to walk by and see my garage.
He does. He does.
I'm like, close the damn garage. I'm so embarrassed.
It is not even that bad. I've got like a stockpile of like diapers and stuff. Okay. And he thinks, we go through diapers. We have 2 small children that use diapers, but he thinks we don't need more diapers. On Easter Sunday, we went by Walgreens. Okay. I found 3 boxes of diapers on clearance for $3.99, or not $3.99. They were $12.99, but I had a $4 coupon. Plus, I got a rebate of $1, so I ended up paying $7 for these boxes of diapers that are usually like 35 something.
No,
I love
she's only
face.
because she's only telling you half the story. Yes, she does have diapers. See, that's why she's laughing. There's bread. There's like loaves of bread that'll last us for centuries.
There's not that many loaves.
Okay, hold on. There's clothes, and I mentioned this to you before on the show. There's clothes in the bag that still have the tag on it, and in the corner there is pounds and pounds of sugar-free cookies. I'm like, after being in the garage for so long, I remember eating one and going, "What the hell is wrong with these cookies?" It was so bad. It's bad. It's real
For those that don't know, Dollar General has things called penny items. So on every Tuesday, there's like a list of items that go on for pennies because they're not supposed to be sold anymore. So they're supposed to go and take them off the shelves and this and that, but most of the time they don't. Yeah, most of the time they don't. So like I have gotten so many like outfits, kids' clothes, jogging pants, everything for a penny. I've gotten like 50 something pins just for a penny a pen. Like it's crazy.
No. Listen, I had to finally because we listen. We don't have any room in the damn house. That's how bad it is. I might have to buy another house just so we can put the damn couponing crap in there. I built shelves in my garage, Mo. I built people. Listen to me, okay? I built. Feel my pain. Feel me, please. I built shelves in my garage. A garage, if I'm not mistaken, is supposed to be to put your car in. Okay, that's what you put it. Not put
it's like storage too, though. I also get a lot of free stuff from Amazon. So
how do you do that? How do you get free stuff?
So
I'll tell you how she does it. When WWE sends me an email, they go, "Listen, thank you for everything that you've done, but here's a little bit of something we would like to give you. It's not much, but here's a $300 coupon." Or whatever you call it, $300. You can go out and on Amazon and get whatever you want. So she builds it up every year. Every year she asks me around November, December, did they give you an Amazon card yet? Did they give you an Amazon card? Because she wants to go shopping.
Okay, but no, that's not how I get free stuff on Amazon. Thank you very much, sir. Sometimes it's like
hold on.
She
should be saying thank you, Mr. McMahon. That's what she should be saying. Thank you, Miss. Not Amazon, but thank you, Mr. McMahon.
Anyways, there's array of different items that'll have like a promo code or something like that people will be doing like a special or something, but people don't really know about it. And if you type in, like you go to check out, you type in your promo code, a lot of times it brings it down to completely nothing or just like something. I don't know. I've gotten a lot of things that are like $60, $70 where I've paid only $6 or $7 for it instead. So, you love it. You love it.
My car hasn't seen the inside of a garage in almost 3 years. 3 years. And here's the problem. Here's the deal.
So dramatic.
I'll go. Dramatic your ass. Here's the deal. I will go clean the garage. Get everything organized on the shelves the way it's supposed to be. Mo, I kid you not. About 2 days later, it looks like World War III has hit the damn garage. It looks like I let my two girls who are 2 and 3 years old go in the garage and just tear it up.
Okay, Devon also feels like we don't need to have our baby strollers and car seats and the kids' ride-ons. He doesn't understand that we
No. That's not the children. Listen, my thing is this. If we don't use it, get rid of it. If we use it.
We just don't use it every day.
If we don't use things within 6 months, get rid of it. She sits there and she's a hoarder.
I am not, Devon.
She's a hoarder.
Devon, you gonna
She's a hoarder. I wish, please, so I don't have to remember what you did to my garage. Please, put me out of my misery. I'm begging you to, so that way I can sleep comfortably. Because Mo, for the past couple of weeks, I haven't been able to go to sleep because I'm so worried about everything in the garage right now.
Why are you lying?
It's been so bad.
Oh my god,
it's so bad right now.
Let him sleep. Come on.
I mean, I'm begging you.
I'm begging you to let me sleep because you get up at 4 a.m. and then you try to wake me up with you.
Well, if I can't sleep, nobody's sleeping.
Apparently.
That's the way I feel. If I ain't sleeping, nobody's sleeping. I'll go in there, wake the kids up, and go, get up, let's go. Let's clean the garage. Mommy did it again. Let's go.
You're a dork, Devon.
Are you sure you don't partake in edibles? You might need one after this show.
I might need
I keep trying to convince her. Maybe if she takes the edibles, maybe she'll stop couponing. Maybe she'll stop being
or
a
she'll find coupons for the edibles.
Listen, if she does that, that'd be great, because then I'll leave her alone.
Oh, then you won't complain, huh?
I won't complain at all. You save me a couple of dollars.
And he'll make sure to use them within 6 months, I guarantee you.
Oh, I guarantee you they will be used within 6 months. And if you come back to the house, trust me, you and I will be doing table talk. Oh, God, it'd be so good.
I love it. I love the idea. We'll let her run the show, and you and I will just have fun.
Well, yeah, listen.
Like Scooby snacks.
Oh, God.
Well, not only that, but let her take the camera every once in a while and pan it over to us on the couch watching Netflix. That's what I want to do. I want to hit the lottery. I want to hit the lottery so I don't have to work anymore.
Yeah,
I don't have to worry about anything. And all I can do is take edibles. That's a great feeling.
Like a great life.
I can celebrate 420 every day.
I like it.
I love it. I love it.
One of these shows will actually make it happen that we're all just high or wasted. Maybe Taylor, we'll find something for you like helium or something. I don't know. We'll find a way.
I drink. I can drink.
We'll find something. We'll we'll find you some lithium. I don't know. And yeah, we'll make it happen. We'll have some fun.
Sounds like a party. Sounds like a party. We got to get a good guess for that one.
Oh, I got one, The Godfather, but we had him on already. We can bring him back.
We'll bring him back.
Yeah, bring him back.
We can bring Rob Van Dam back on. Yeah.
Or Be Real from Cypress Hill.
Ooh, that would be great.
That'd be real nice. I would love to have Be Real on here. I have not seen Be Real since probably since Bubba and I was the Attitude Era. He was hanging out with The Godfather on the strip of LA where the Rainbow Club is. And boy, I wish I was hanging out with them that day. Good God. Brother was
maybe you were and you just don't remember it.
Probably don't. There's a lot of things about the Attitude Era I don't remember. For good reasons.
Great suggestion before we wrap it up. Do it when you finally get Triple H. So if we're gonna get blazed on a show, let's do it when Triple H is on.
Man, listen, I ain't trying to lose my job.
That might be never.
Nah, I ain't trying to lose my job. What the hell's wrong with you, man?
Maybe
I like my job.
It's when you know you're on the way out. Like you know that call's coming the next day. Just do it anyway.
Either that or I know I hit those numbers on the lottery.
Maybe both.
Maybe both.
I like it a lot.
Hold on. Hunter, I did not say that. That was not me. That was this one down here. That one right there. Well, hold on. That one down here.
Taylor didn't say anything.
So just know it wasn't me.
Taylor, you're a bad influence on the show.
Terrible. Just terrible.
Wow. I feel like I'm being teamed up against. What's happening?
Oh, well, shit happens.
Okay, I'm going to kick you off next time.
At Testify Devon, at Testify Taylor, at Mo Lightning. Of course, we have the new handles at Table Talk 3D. So hit us up, subscribe, do all the normal stuff, and we will be back, and I will be back instigating these two again next week.
Absolutely, and we're also on Spotify and Apple.
Yep. We're back on. It's been a while. We're back on. Thank you to Taylor for making that happen.
Yeah.
Yes, I will say thank you very much. Domo arigato, Kuri-san. Thank you.
Wow.
What I just said.
Yep, what you said. Ditto.